half of the season with a weekend series against the Chicago White Sox. The Uptons are on the 15-day DL. Gabby Hill, Sports Broadcasting Center.
Hello folks, today's game 1 of the World Series, Orioles versus Braves. Now for a little bit of season wrap-up. The Orioles went 101-61 off the back of amazing slugger Chris Davis and won the AL East. On the other hand, the Braves went 92-72 and finished in first place in the NL East. Today's pitching matchup is Orioles ace Chris Tillman versus newly acquired from the DL Brandon Beachy for the Braves. Also, in other news, Buck Showalter announced today that Manny Machado would come back and play for the first time since December at third base. Harrison Larner, Turner Field, Sports Broadcasting Camp.
The Atlanta Braves will open up the second half of the season in Chicago against the White Sox. The Atlanta Braves are first in their division, 6 games up above the Nationals. Meanwhile, the Chicago White Sox are last in the division. Both of the Upton brothers got injured in last Friday night's game against the Cincinnati Reds and are on the 15-day DL. Cooper Burns, Turner Field, Sports Broadcasting Camp.
Jack Hunter. The Braves will open up the second half of the 2013 MLB season in Chicago to face the White Sox at U.S. Cellular Field. The Braves are first place in the NL East. The White Sox are last place in the AL Central. With the 3 Uptons hurt, the bench will have to deliver quality at-bats for the Braves as they hope to finish first place at the end of the year. And at the All-Star game, Craig Kimbrell last night won 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 run, and 1 strikeout. I'm Jack Hunter, Sports Broadcasting Camp.
One Brave appeared in the All-Star game and 1 did not play. The Braves' Craig Kimbrell allowed 1 run with 3 hits, and Brian McCann did not play. AL took the All-Star game 3-0, and Yoenis Cespedes, who was for the Oakland Athletics, won the Home Run Derby. I'm Jack Tote from Sports Broadcasting Center.
The Atlanta Braves will start the second half of the MLB season with an interleague series versus the Chicago White Sox in Chicago. The Braves are in first place in the NL East versus the second place Washington Nationals. However, the Chicago White Sox are in last place in the AL Central. The Atlanta Braves hope to get back all starting outfielders Justin Upton, BJ Upton, and Jason Hayward from the disabled list. I'm Jack DePoric, live from Turner Field, ESPN Radio.
The Braves are in first place in the NL East right now, 6 games up on the Washington Nationals when they start the second half of the season. In order for the Braves to make a deep run in the playoffs, they will need to become healthy with all 3 starting outfielders, Justin Upton, BJ Upton, and Jason Hayward, hurt right now. Lastly, the Braves need to cut up on their strikeouts down the stretch. I'm Alex Borsick, live at Turner Field for Sports Broadcasting Camp. See ya.
The Braves will open up the second half of the season with a 3-game interleague series in Chicago against the White Sox at U.S. Cellular Field. The White Sox are in last place in the AL Central and are 14 games behind the first place Detroit Tigers. The Braves are in first place in the NL East and are 6 games ahead of the second place Washington Nationals. Last week, the Upton brothers and Jason Hayward were all injured, and Jose Constanza has been recalled from AAA, and Evan Gattis has been activated from the disabled list. Also, White Sox first baseman Paul Canerico will start a rehab stint at AA tomorrow. Reporting live from Turner Field, Brandon Griffin, MLB Network.
The Atlanta Braves will start a 3-game series against the Chicago White Sox Friday, who are and Atlanta is in first place of their division and Chicago is in last. BJ Upton was placed on a disabled list after digging his knee into the ground on a catch on Friday against the Cincinnati Reds. This will be the first game after the All-Star game, which happened last night. Craig Kimbrell pitched 1 inning as the only Braves player to pitch. Andrew Simonson, ESPN.
The Atlanta Braves' key injuries should be coming back soon, as Jason Hayward, Justin Upton, and Brandon Beachy are expected to come back soon after the break. Evan Gattis is already back, as BJ Upton is going to the DL. The Atlanta Braves lead the Washington Nationals by 6 games in the NL East and should increase their lead in the division as their injuries come back. I'm Ryan Dance at Sports Broadcasting Camp, live at Turner Field.
The All-Star break is now over. The Braves will start the second half of the season against the Chicago White Sox in Chicago. The Braves are 6 games up on the Nationals in the NL East, and the White Sox are in last place in the AL Central. The Braves' whole starting outfield was injured last week. B.J. Upton was placed on the DL, but Justin Upton and Jason Hayward may play some this series. Evan Gattis is now back from the DL. He might play some first to replace Freddie Freeman, who jammed his finger last week. Will Hopkins, Sports Broadcasting Camp, live from Turner Field.
All the Braves' main outfielders are injured, 2 with a pulled hamstring and 1 with a bad landing on his knee. Hi, this is Gabriel Greenbaum on Sports Broadcasting Camp, live at Turner Field.
To start the second half of the season, the Braves will be playing the White Sox in a 3-game series. The Braves are first place in the National League East. They are beating the Nationals by 6 games. The White Sox are last in the American League Central. This is Joshua Ballou from ESPN.
The Atlanta Braves will start the second half of their season in Chicago in a 3-game series with the White Sox. The Braves have a 6 games over the Nationals in the NL East. The White Sox are right now the worst in the NL Central. This has been Oscar Joyner signing off from Sports Camp Center. The Atlanta Braves will start the second half of their season against the Chicago White Sox, a 3-game series. The Atlanta Braves are first in the NL East Division by 6 games over the Washington Nationals. The Chicago White Sox are in last place in the AL Central, but with all the injuries for the Braves, it could be a tough matchup. Charles Pringle, ESPN.
This is Vinland Moore reporting from Turner Field to bring you some latest baseball news. The Braves will finish the second half of the season in Chicago to face off against the Chicago White Sox, who just happen to be in last place for the AL Central, whereas the Braves are in first place for the NL East. This is Vinland Moore reporting live from ESPN.
The Braves were going to start the second half of the 2013 season with a 3-game series against the White Sox. The Braves are in first place of the NL, which is 6 teams ahead of the Nationals, and the White Sox are in last place of the AL. This has been Carson McCullough from Turner Field, Sports Broadcasting Camp.
The Braves will travel to Chicago to take on the White Sox for a 2-game stretch. The White Sox are last place in the division while the Braves are winning their division, but it will be tough for the Braves because of all their injuries. Ethan Cousins, ESPN, back to you.
The Atlanta Braves will start off the second half of the season in Chicago against the White Sox. The Braves are ahead in their league, the NL East, by 6 ahead of the Washington Nationals, as well as the White Sox are last place in the league, which is the AL Central. From Turner Field, this is Maria Holton from Sports Broadcasting Camp.
This is Andrew Stiles reporting from Turner Field, home of the Atlanta Braves. The Braves are not here. They are traveling to Chicago for a 3-game interleague series against the White Sox. The Nationals and the Cardinals are both behind the Braves by 6 games and 6.5 games. But the Chicago White Sox are an entirely different story as they are last place in the AL Central. This is Andrew Stiles out.
The Atlanta Braves start a 3-game series in a couple days in Chicago to play the White Sox. The Braves are first in the NL East ahead of by 6 games against the Washington Nationals. The White Sox are in last place in the AL Central.
I'm live from Turner Field here in Atlanta, Georgia, one night after the All-Star game where the Braves were represented by Brian McCann and Craig Kimbrell. Freddie Freeman was supposed to play in the game, but he did not play due to a thumb injury. And Kimball played last night. He pitched 1 inning and gave up a couple hits and 1 earned run. After the All-Star break, the Braves will be heading to Chicago for a 3-game series against the White Sox. I'm Brandon Martin for ESPN.
Hi. The All-Star game last night where the AL beat the NL 3-0. Robinson Cano was hit by a pitch in the knee very early in the game, and he had to leave, but the x-rays were negative. Also, Mariano Rivera pitched his very last All-Star game. At ESPN, I'm Chandler Needham.
This year, Atlanta was represented by 3 players in the All-Star game in New York. Craig Kimbrell, however, was the only player who actually received playing time. He pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, and 1 earned run. He had 26 saves this year. This has been Peyton Gallagher reporting for ESPN at Turner Field.
The Braves were well represented in the 84th edition of the All-Star Game at Citi Field last night with Braves reliever Craig Kimbrell and Braves catcher Brian McCann. Craig Kimbrell pitched 1 inning, allowing 3 hits, 1 earned run, and pitching a strikeout. Brian McCann, replacing the injured Freddie Freeman, did not play. The Braves traveled to Chicago to play the White Sox in their first 3-game series since the All-Star break. Live from Turner Field, I'm Zach Levin, ESPN.
The Atlanta Braves will begin the second half of the season in Chicago with a weekend series against the White Sox. The Braves are currently in first place in the NL East with a 6-game lead over the Washington Nationals. The White Sox, on the other hand, are in last place in the AL Central. From Turner Field, I'm Sammy Smith, Rock Nation Sports Network.
Final vote winner Freddie Freeman was unable to represent the NL in the All-Star game last night at Citi Field. Brian McCann, his Braves teammate, filled in for him, but even though he didn't get in the game. That makes the 7th time that McCann has been in the All-Star game. This is Rachel Deuce reporting from Turner Field for ESPN.
Last night the AL won the All-Star game for the first time in 4 years. Mariano Rivera won the MVP, marking the first time he had accomplished that feat. For ESPN, I'm George.